Digium has two corporate roles in life. One is we are the creator, the maintainer, and the sponsor of the open source Astris project. And when we play that role, we attempt to do that without regard to specifically how we're going to make revenue. Because we truly believe that if Astris is not successful, then Digium might not be successful. And if Astris is wildly successful, it provides a platform for Digium to be wildly successful. So we make decisions about Astris with regard to what's in the best interest of the project. The other role that we play is a for-profit entity. And the goals around that for-profit entity can best be described as all things Astris. We produce products and services that either allow people to build their own solution based off of Astris or buy a solution based off of Astris that is packaged and delivered by Digium as a product. Our customer base is divided into two categories. Those customers who are interested in building their own solution based off of Astris and those who aren't. And those who aren't really represent the biggest population of the customer base because those who have the skill don't always want to apply the skill to building their own solution. But for that customer base, we build products and services that allow them to use Astris to build their own solution. For those who don't want to build their own solution, we bring a product to market called SwitchVox. SwitchVox is a unified communication solution. And as a UC solution, it consolidates all the ways that your employees communicate, whether using mobile devices, desktop devices, fax, chat, video, all that being consolidated into one solution gives you a lot of advantage. Digium delivers the SwitchVox product to market as a product that's sold in the traditional sense through value-added resellers, systems integrators, who work with customers to understand their needs and then help deploy the right system and install and maintain that system for them. Digium's relationship with our channel partners is really more of a partnership. I think some organizations view their channel partners as a channel. We view our partners as partners. And as such, we want to work with them to understand their needs and understand their customer needs, and then have them tell us what we should be doing differently in our product, what we should be doing differently in our channel program, what we should be doing differently as a company, to take that feedback to make it easier for our channel partners to do business with us, all with the goal of serving that customer with the best product and the best service available. Digium is not your traditional employer. We have a very different culture. With the open source element of our business, our employees have some opportunity to give back to the community as part of the job that they do. By providing our open source products, there are villages in Africa that can communicate because our open source communications technology allows them to do that at a very, very low cost. All the while, we're building products and services as a company, but in doing that, we really enjoy our work. We like to take our work seriously, but not ourselves. The future direction of Astris is designed to try to ensure that Astris remains the world's most popular open source communications project for the next 10 years, just like it has been for the last 10 years. And as such, we've done a lot of work to introduce new versions of Astris, and we've also kicked off work on a new project called Astris Scalable Communications Framework, which will allow Astris to transition into the new world of cloud computing and the new world of parallel processing to take advantage of those new hardware architectures and do it very efficiently. The introduction of the phones from Digium is one of the biggest announcements from Digium in years because it fundamentally changes the capabilities of developers who are developing products around Astris to integrate a phone into their application very tightly, and it gives us a mechanism to do the exact same thing with our SwitchVox product such that it is truly a game changer. One of the most fun aspects of my job is getting to hear how our customers are using our products to solve their real-world problems. And I can probably classify them into three different categories. There are customers who are amazed with the out-of-the-box functionality that SwitchVox provides. So the ability of the executive of the company to be able to have his phone at home and work as if he's in the office excites a lot of executives. The ability to use your mobile devices in conjunction with SwitchVox as if it was an extension on your system excites a lot of mobile executives. The people who really get the most advantage out of SwitchVox are those who can use the programmability of SwitchVox to address some business need they have in their company. In fact, I recently heard about a taxi cab service in San Francisco that used the programmability of SwitchVox to completely change the way they dispatch their cabs and save a lot of money in the operation of their organization. And then the third category would be those customers who are just blown away by the cost of the system and how little it is when they compare that to what they get with competing systems. Our all-in-one pricing strategy that gives you all the functionality in SwitchVox for one price really sets us apart from the other competitors in the marketplace. One of the biggest problems that our resellers tell us they face is just the labor associated with getting all the phones connected to a system when they do an install at a new customer. So we heard that and we took that to heart and the new phones that we're introducing with SwitchVox could not be easier to provision and install. You can do something as simple as scanning the barcodes of the boxes in which the phones come, associate the MAC addresses with extensions, and then hand the boxes to someone to go around and plug them up in each person's office. And when they come up, they'll find their SwitchVox system, know what their extension is, and be automatically provisioned by the system. For those that are interested in becoming more involved in the ASTRIS project, I would highly recommend attending an AstriCon conference. AstriCon is where the world's ASTRIS developers meet to talk about latest and greatest topics, new innovations around ASTRIS, plan the future for future releases of ASTRIS, and it's a great place to network. Where else will you meet developers from all over the world, including those from Digium who are managing and guiding the project all in one spot to get together to understand what can be done and what's being done and what should be done with ASTRIS in the future.